wishes and dreams, but in order to achieve those wishes and dreams, you have to set out a plan of action. The program that I'm using right now is sparkpeople.com. I've talked about it previously on my Facebook statuses and in the group. It's been a fantastic resource for me, and one of the key messages in the program is learning to set small, attainable goals for yourself. That is a key component, because what happens is when you set small, attainable goals for yourself and you achieve those small, attainable goals, your confidence starts to build. As most of you know, I lost my job in March of this year. When I lost that job, a lot of my confidence went with it. In fact, almost all of my confidence, because I had no to little self-confidence in who I was because of years of body image issues and years of bullying. I didn't have any self-confidence. So when I became successful in this career path, I hooked my confidence onto that, and that was where I got my confidence. As I did better in the career and accumulated more financially, I also attached my confidence to that. I felt great about myself because I was able to buy a new car. I felt great about myself because I was able to buy a house that was much bigger than, what we needed at that point. I bought it as a home to grow into with a family. Based on the income that I was making at that time, I expected that I would stay with that job forever, that I would be there until I was ready to retire, because I had been loyal to that company and I enjoyed my work to an extent. When I lost my job this year, I lost all of my confidence in myself. I felt worthless because I didn't have a job. I felt like my efforts hadn't been valued while I was at that company. I worked really hard. I moved for the company. I moved to a new city and bought a new house because I knew that the company needed somebody in this area. And the day that I came in and they were basically like, well, thank you for all your efforts and bye-bye, that really hurt. It really, really killed my confidence. And so for months I was, wallowing in depression, because not only had I lost my job, but now I had to deal with the very real reality that I also might lose my car, I also might lose my house, and that's where I had invested all my confidence. So the reality became that I have very little control over some of the things that were happening in my life. And one of the ways that I knew that I could get control back was to take control of the way that I was eating and take care of myself. And when I started really following the program on Spark People, it really helped me, because in setting up these small goals and achieving them, my confidence has started to come back. I'm starting to really believe that I can do whatever I set my mind to. If I'm willing to do the work and put in the time and make my goal a priority, there's no reason why I can't achieve any goal that I set for myself, whether it's small or large. So really, one of the main keys in successful weight loss is learning how to set a goal and how to achieve it. So, what are my goals, you may be wondering? Obviously, the big goal, I started out at 270 at my highest. I am now at 233.8. So I've lost 36.2 pounds so far. But to think about losing 120 pounds is totally overwhelming sometimes. So what I'm doing right now is I look at things in 10-pound increments. So just being able to break it into a smaller chunk really helps. These are some other goals that I'm looking to achieve throughout this process. Some of them are smaller goals, some of them may seem kind of silly, but they're goals that I've set out for myself so that I have little mini goals along the way to the big goal. Right now, and for the past 5 to 10 years, I've only been able to shop in plus-size sections and plus-size stores. Despite how it may look, I really do like fashion and clothing. It's just really hard when you're a plus-size person because your options are more limited. So I'm setting that goal for myself to be able to buy and wear a outfit entirely purchased in regular sizing in a regular clothing store. I have some fitness goals set up. One of my fitness goals is to be able to do 25 standard push-ups in under a minute. I can't do any right now. I'm working on my modified push-ups right now, but I really have very little upper body strength, so I'm really focused on trying to build up my upper body strength. I don't want to be skinny, I want to be strong, and I want to be fit. And I don't know that I've ever been able to do a real push-up, so to be able to do 25 push-ups in under a minute is something that I think would be really cool for me to be able to say that I can do that. Another of my fitness goals, that's going to sound a little silly probably, I want to do a handstand. When I say that fear has kept me from doing a lot in my life, I'm not kidding. When my playmates as a child were turning cartwheels and doing back handsprings and round-offs, I was usually doing log rolls and somersaults. I like to be closer to the ground so that in case I fail at the somersault, at least I'm already there. Whereas if I'm doing a handstand or a cartwheel, it's a little bit further to fall. So the first part of that goal will be just to do a handstand against the wall. And then my ultimate goal is to be able to do a handstand without having any support, being able to just do one. I know, I'm going to be like 35 years old by the time I accomplish that goal. It seems ridiculous, but I mean, if you can't have fun along the way, then what's the point? I want to be able to go on a whale watching trip in a sea kayak. I, as you know, love dolphins, love whales, and I've never seen a whale in person. I have never even been to, don't get me started, but into a facility like a Marineland or a SeaWorld. I don't like the idea of cetacean captivity at all. I'm completely against it, and therefore refuse to go in to one of those environments and see those animals in that kind of venue. So I would really, really, really love to see a whale in real life, and my goal is really to see an orca, probably in British Columbia, in the Johnston Strait, and go out in a kayak and be able to be that much closer to them. That is a combination goal and reward, because I think it's something that I will probably save until I've hit my big goal of 120 pounds. It's not something that's inexpensive, so it will be something that I will also have to save up some money to do, but it's really, really important to me to get to do that, and I think that that will be the pinnacle of what I worked so hard for, to be able to have that moment out in the water in a sea kayak and live out numerous dreams at once, is something I'm really, really looking forward to doing. And finally, my ultimate goal in all of this, more than losing 120 pounds, more than getting to go whale watching in a sea kayak, more than being able to do a handstand or 25 push-ups, my big goal is to be able to create a career out of helping other people to live happier, healthier lives. That's what I want to do. I've only been doing this for 3 months, and it's been so beneficial to me already. I've come so far in 3 months, maybe not physically yet, but inside, I feel like a new person. I feel like I've really opened my eyes to what I'm capable of and what the possibilities for my life are. I would really rather put my energies into helping other people feel better about themselves and helping other people achieve their own goals in life, and to let people know that anything is possible. The only limits there are in life are the limits that you put upon yourself. And I just think that no matter what else I had to sacrifice to do that for a living would be worth it at the end of the day. Nothing worth having comes easy. So be willing to put the work into it, be willing to make it a priority in your life, and I'm willing to bet that you can achieve whatever you set your mind to. Thank you for watching this video. We will see you next week. Weigh-in Monday's coming. Also, Measurements Monday. Woohoo!